Hello guys, welcome to my channel. The less is more. So today I will discuss an editorial from the Hindu newspaper. This is an editorial about Darwin's theory. Recently there was a news that NCERT has removed the Darwin's theory from its NCERT's books. So there is an editorial on it. Darwin must stay in Indian school textbooks. This is what the title of the editorial. Let's start the editorials directly. In 2018, the then Union Minister of Human Resource Development, Satyapal Singh, called Darwin's theory of evolution scientifically wrong and asked that it be removed from Indian school and college curriculum. The next year, Vice Chancellor of Andhra University, Nageswar Rao Golapalli, made a claim at the 106th Indian Science Congress that the theory of Dasha explained evolution better than Darwin's theory. Both instances spurred sufficient controversy. However, little did we know that Mr. Singh's statement also demonstrated clairvoyance. What does that mean? Clairvoyance, which means the supposed faculty of perceiving things or events in the future or beyond normal sensory contact, which means sixth sense, second sight. The NCERT dropped Darwin's theory from the examination syllabus for class 9 and 10 students in the academic year 2021-22. In development this year, the NCERT has now dropped the entire section on evolution from its class 10 textbooks. Need for Darwin's theory teaching change. Scientists and educators across the country are understandably disappointed. As one of the most firmly established theories in science, Darwin's theory not only explains the origin of human beings and all other forms of life in the world, but also rescues this explanation from the belief that an intelligent designer, that is God, built them the way they are and put them in their place. Depriving students of this information, especially those who do not take up biology after class 10, is, as dissenting scientists and educators have pointed out, dangerous. So, removing this section of evolution from class 10 is dangerous. Why? Because it is dangerous for those students who doesn't take biology after class 10. Our approach to teaching Darwin's theory has been largely to tell students a story of lone Englishman, sometimes two Englishmen, if one were to throw Alfred Russel Wallace into the mix. It is a story of lone Englishman swimming against the tide of his times. And while Darwin must stay in our textbook, this is where our teaching of his theory must change. Darwin's theory is based on the fossils he collected and the wildlife he observed on his 5-year trip on the HMS Beagle, a fact that is routinely taught. Something that is not taught, however, is that right before Darwin set out on his journey, the captain of ship handed him a copy of geologist Charles Lyell's Principles of Geology. Lyell, having studied glacier, volcanoes and fossils, proposed the concept of gradual geological change. That geological phenomena and objects today result from minute changes accumulating over a period of time, much like how random mutations that confer advantage to certain organisms accumulate over time, giving rise to their present day species. Darwin himself acknowledged the strong influence of Lyell's theories on his work. Biologist Ruth Hubbard, the first woman to hold a tenured professorship position at Harvard University's biology department, wrote in 1979 By the time Darwin came along, it was clear to many people that the earth and its creatures had histories. As an example, Hubert talks of Jean Baptiste Lamarck, the French naturalist who proposed his own theory of evolution before Darwin. Flawed as it was, it also portrayed evolution as a process that included accumulation of changes over time and did not involve an intelligent designer. Other influences. The other important aspect that biology classroom ignore is the impact that social beliefs of his times had on how Darwin looked at the natural world. Philosopher Bertrand Russell has written about how Darwin's theory was essentially an extension to the animal and vegetable world of laissez-faire economics. The term conceived by economic Adam Smith and developed by Thomas Malthus referred to self-interest and free competition in the marketplace. Malthus also propounded a theory of population in 1798, where he claimed that humans compete for limited sources until a catastrophic event leads to a decline in their population. Darwin was greatly influenced, as he has acknowledged in his autobiography, by Malthus' ideas of competition in an environment with limited resources. Thus, only those living beings survive that carry variation that gives them an edge over others, a phenomenon that Darwin termed natural selection. Finally, another grave omission in the teaching of the theory of evolution is the consequent use of his theory, both by others and Darwin himself. For instance, Herbert Spencer's idea of survival of the fittest, proposed in 1864, coalesced eventually into a philosophy called social Darwinism, which is well known to have fueled eugenics in the late 19th century. In his later book, The Descent of Man and Selection in Relation to Sex, Darwin claimed that men have evolved to be naturally more intelligent since they have had to continuously use their mental faculties to hunt for food and to defend their females and offspring. Notably, here Darwin seems to invoke the same Lamarckian theory of use and disuse, which his theory of natural selection had disproven in the origin. A reminder about the world of science. But why must students and teachers in school concern themselves with these aspects of Darwin's theory? The reason is that these examples carry crucial insights about science in both historical and contemporary world. It is rarely the story of a lone man, and it is shaped by the social and cultural belief of its time. Think about how the Second World War was crucial to several scientific inventions and discoveries, which includes the atom bomb. To which it also actively contributes. Most importantly, however, these examples remind us that science is a messy affair that requires caution alongside curiosity, creativity, and imagination. If the strength of science lies in its ability to stand the test of critical inquiry, then science classroom must inculcate the embracing of critique, sometime at the risk of confronting its own troubled history. The teaching of Darwin's theory offers possibility of this confrontation without underplaying its strength. Thus, while Darwin must remain in our textbooks, how we teach him must change. Thank you guys for today. This editorial is all about why Darwin must stay in Indian school textbook, because Darwin is not the lone Englishman who proposed this theory, but there are other researchers and scientists who are associated with this Darwin's theory. And on the Darwin's theory there are influences of other scientists as well, as the author has shown us in this editorial. There are many other scientists also who are very correlated to the Darwin's theory of natural selection and survival of the fittest. That is why that we should not remove the Darwin's theory of evolution, but we should change how we teach the students, right? The way that we are teaching the students about Darwin's, that methodology must be changed. Okay, so thank you guys, bye bye for today, signing off for the day. Thank you.